Okay guys, I'm gonna start with the, first I decided how wide I want to have my frame, and that is 1/1/4. So it's a nice size, I guess. Then I started to cut a strip from this one in 1/1/4. Trying to keep them all in the same direction. Oh, I already smoothed these. Okay, so then I put these all in the corners. And then I'm gonna continuing with the yellow one, also 1/1/4. Okay, I need to burnish it down, of course, don't forget that. Here we go. So then I'm going to start with the yellow. So just going to cut this down so it fits. Alright, that is the next step. Oh, it's far away. Okay, smooth the edges. And then I'm going to do the same thing, of course, with these ones. Glue them on. Here we go. Here we go. Burnish it down, and then of course we're going to do the upper and lower. Same thing. That's not that difficult. And then after this we are going to measure the black one for in the middle. I'll come back in a sec. Okay, so I cut my middle piece. Now this is a stage that do you want to have an extra pocket or a tuck spot? Then you just let's say I want to have a tuck spot. Just to have this, so no, not particularly a pocket, but just a tuck spot. Then you just need to glue down these sides. Do you want to have a belly band? Then you only glue down these sides, and you still can tuck in left and right. It is all possible, whatever you like to do. What do I like to do? Well, I think this already has pretty much. So in my opinion, it's not needed, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna stick to the plan. I'm not gonna make any pockets. It's hard for me to do. Absolutely, it's hard to do. But yes, I am just going to glue this down. And I'm going to have my decoration on it, because I definitely like this. And then I think that I pretty much use everything what I cut out from the cover page. Nice in the middle. God, I love it. Yes, it's so nice. You want to have a sentiment at the bottom. You can glue something at the bottom if you want. Whatever you like, of course. My friend, be humble. So so sweet. Be a wildflower. Well, actually I want to have this maybe for the top, but it would be nice to use that one. My honey, meant to be family time. Yeah, you can be creative. You can do so much with a word meant to be. Beautiful. Be a wildflower. I like that. Alright, so yeah. I'm just going to use this because the other ones are, I guess, a little bit depending on pictures or stories that you'll want to like to add inside. So I'm just going to use this. And it is, in my opinion, beautiful. So I am. Where do you want this? Up, down, ooh. Let's decide here. Yes. Here we go. Yep, okay, cool. So I still have, of course, things to decorate. But I have more things already in this pages as well that I still need to add things in here. But what do you think? I think it's a nice big fat page and I love it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching for this page. Let's put down all the leftover pieces. Here we go. Let's grab back all pages and see how thick everything is. And like I always say, I really like these ribbons. Really like it. So here we have our front. So it's nice to have the front and back a little bit equal. So yeah, guys, I hope we still can do this with. Yo, I think we can. Yo. Alright, yo. I think if we do a 1/2 inch in between, I think we just manage a 3/4 or something, then we can do that. That 4 pages is enough. So we're gonna do a 3/4, 1/2 inch from the front, and then a 3/4 in between. I already measured that, so definitely not 6 pages, so 4 pages it definitely is. So yep, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do the cover. Yay, I like that. So really a quick walkthrough to all the pages again. Love it. The green yellow, a little bit white. This is the brown yellow. I like it. This is more green. And then we come back with the black and yellow. Yeah, cool. I like it. It's everything what I had in mind. So cool. But we still need to decorate. But first, I go to the cover. Yay! Cool. Hello. Okay, guys. So let's make our album. So I'm gonna do the white. Yes, we are going to do the white. Yeah, I was thinking, what if we do it with black, then adding a white edge, so we have a black edge. Is that... No. I'm just gonna do it with white. The reason why I hesitate is because, well, white is very delicate with smooching edges, filthy edges, because yeah, hands are getting dirty and you are gonna use this album, might be. But no, I'm just gonna do white. Alright, so I'm gonna cut 3 pages, a little shorter. stick these together. Could be with black, because there is black as well in the album. So it would be not that, then you only have a black edge on the outside. Now I am hesitating to do that. And you only see the outside. The rest we just can. You only see the outside black. I know myself that I am going to use some brown. I'm going to use this for the side. You know what? It's your decision. It is absolutely your decision. You can use the white still, or you can use black. Nope, stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm terrible, I know. I can be terrible in making decisions. Here we go. Sometimes it's just a matter of stick to the plan. Absolutely. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Alright, so now we have two attachments right here. You don't want to have your, when these two attach, you definitely don't want to have them on these attachment areas. So what I like to do, I'm just going to start with this piece. So I'm going to grab my glue, put the glue on. I already gave you the measurements, didn't I? Yeah, I think we did that way at the beginning. I just had my mom and stepdad for the visit, so nice that it's in lunchtime. So now they are tired again. Yay! Alright. There's an 8/1/4 by an 8/1/4. It is? No, it's not, is it? An 8/1/4 by an 8/1/4. Yep, it is. And this is the page, I think. Here we go. It's so cute because my mom has also Pomeranian, a dwarf, same as I have, Pomeranian dog. Same as Chica, but then I'm black and white. And well, I love the sound of that. The puppy from my daughter is very how do you call that? Oh my god, I have to sneeze. Okay. So sorry for that. She's very how do you call that? Dominant. I don't know the words for that. But the dog from my mom is as well very, how do you call that? Bossy. Let's call it bossy. But since the puppy needs to be under a dog that's a higher age, I am glad to see that she is with the dog of my mom. So she can't go under. So it's a good thing. I always like to see that a puppy is having respect for older dogs, but yeah, guys, Chica and Roger, those are just they just are way too sweet. I can't help it. They are. I did not learn them to be bossy. They aren't bossy at all. Not in a million lifetime that they will be ever. But that's okay. Every dog has his own character. Alright, I'm gonna try to flip this around. I'm gonna burnish this down. Here we go. Now we're going to cut the corners, and there is just one rule. There is just one rule. Just stay away 2 to 3 millimeters away from this edge. Now I just like to cut it and then just go this. And it's just, you also can draw it first to be sure, but I just love this way. Yeah. Not too difficult to stay away. 3 millimeters, 2 is maybe too short. I think 3 millimeters is a nicer distance. So that is what I'm doing here. Alright. Alright, next thing what I like to do is adding tape all the way around. It's more easy to keep the lids on your chipboard. Makes life a little easy going. So I really have to clear my nose, I guess. Otherwise I'm going to keep sniffing. So I will do that. Wait just a second. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna peel this off. And we're gonna I like to use my hands and fingers for this. We're just gonna be gentle folding this against the chipboard. And then we are just gonna apply glue against the chipboard and then up. And now we're going to start in the middle. And be gentle, go to the side. Go, burnish everything nice down, and at the end we're gonna burnish down the edges as well, but first I will go to this side. Peel this off, put some glue on the chipboard, up and in the middle. Start in the middle, work yourself to the outside, and there you go, burnish it down. Okay, now what we can do, we can flip this up and be gentle to do this. To put your glue into the chipboard, so you have a nice, clean and crispy edge. Flip it around and do the same thing on the other side. there you go. Let's go to the sides. Okay, so first I'm going to peel off my tape. Then I like to, because we have our corners, I like to go around the corner and squeeze that flat. Same here, go around the corner and squeeze that flat. Again, squeeze with your fingers against the chipboard, especially in the corners. Put glue to the chipboard, up and also in the middle. Start again in the middle and work your way out. Burnish it down. Squeeze your corners and then again the sides. Peel your tape off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go around the corner. Squeeze it. And put glue on. Start in the middle. Squeeze the corners. And if there is sticking something out, don't worry, you just can cut that off easily. Okay. Crispy edge. Alright, now it's just the meaning of put these papers gently in these grooves, fold it, and let's do that on this side as well. Push it in, fold it, and there we go. There we have our album. Yeah, 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 yeah. See, this one is not that thick, not that thick paper, and I know this side is a little further away than this side, and this one can fold completely flat and it does not crack, and this one is a little further away, see, and it does not fold completely, and it does a little, but that's why I always have a backup to put something over that. Okay, so far for the cover. So let's see what's next. Shall we first go on the inside, or shall we do this first? Well, let me first cut. This is needed to go to the inside. Looks better, I think. But will it then still fit with everything inside? That's maybe, I think that's too fat, so we don't gonna do that. All right, so meaning that if we're gonna plant this here, I think we definitely need to cut this down. So we're gonna make a nice edge around, just like that. You can use glue for that or tape, it's totally up to you. First gonna use tape. See if that works. And one to the fold line. See if I can peel this off. Alright, this is going to be tricky. Good heaven. Come off. Alright, that's one. It's tricky, 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 tricky. I know. But if you use glue, then it will come through. You don't want that either. But this is also not easy going. Alright. If you have a sewing machine, then you also can use that. Now come loose, guys. It does not willing to take off the... And come back. I had another method to peel it off, so nothing beat me. Nothing. Alright, put it down. Okay, so that is done. Let's place this on here. And let's just make a mark where I want to have the next fold line. I hope I will see that. I think it's here. Yep. Nice. You definitely want this not to be too narrow, so if it's a little bit overlapping, then I am okay with that. So let me cut this a little shorter. Now what I did, why do I use this tape? Because this tape is very sticky. So that is why I like to use it. So I did just put this on my mat and then peel it off. And then I peel it off. And glue it on the fold line. There we go, and I need one more. This goes a little faster. No. Told you, a little faster. There we go, and then just stick it flat. Go. Yes. Okay, that is done. Now, what I don't like, if I put this on the white, you'll see the white seam through. That I definitely don't want. So I am going to use this to put on here, because that looks so much better. A little closer, a little smaller, I mean. Go. And then, yeah, which size? I don't think it's necessary which one. Why is this larger? This is larger. Okay, this direction. See, because now you see the brown coming through, and that's so much better. Alright, so I'm gonna glue this on with what? Yeah, I think tape, and I also think that I like to use a small piece of the fabric tack. So when I done that, you don't want to see me doing this, then I'll come back. Okay, so we can do first the inside, but we also first can do the binding, because now I see my measurements. I'm very terrible in memorizing, but no, just kidding. Let's do the inside. So we just need a fraction to cut off, and then this needs to go to the middle, because I definitely don't want anything here. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one as well. This one a little shorter. Alright, so a little piece of meaning that I need to do that with my fiskars. If this needs to get a little tiny bit off. Okay, yep, that fits wonderful. Same with this one. Cutting this a little shorter. And as well, fraction of this one. Alright, so we can glue this down. This overlaps nicely. Well, why is this now too short? No. Why? Oh, I have a brain of yeah. Say it. Think it's recognizable. Alright. I'm two pits. Yes. Alright, now it fits. So I'm gonna put that in. And then I'll come back. There is one thing that I like to do, or I like to share, is I do like to use double-sided tape on these edges. So my paper will be attached nicely on here, on these edges. You definitely want that. Here we go. So that is the best tip I can give you for today. So glue in your inside. Okay, and then when they are in, you have a nice board. But let's go in these grooves, gently, not using a too sharp tool. Squeeze that in and fold it double. Alright. Same thing here. Be gentle doing this. And you definitely need to make sure that your tape is attaching nicely. So burnish this down. And then just gently. I got it. Gently push this down. And fold it. Alright. And then you have a perfect fitting cover. Yep, cool. Now I go to the binding first. All right, so let's see. We do need to know the size of our pages. Do not remember. Can check. I just can't check. I know what it was, but you also just can measure. Okay. So what it was a 8. An 8 inch. Okay, got this down. Okay. Now, like I normally do, I just start, and then afterwards I'm gonna write everything down, so you can join me, or you can wait till I write everything down. Okay guys, grab your scoring tool. I'm gonna make a 3/4 where the pages are going to be in. So a 3/4 it is. That's the first thing that you need to start with. Alright, then we also want to have that 1/2 inch. So my next one is a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 1/2 inch as well. Then the next step is, and I'm gonna explain this with you. So this is my first, this one. So if this is a 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, then we have our next one. So it's 3 times a 3/4 the size before we're gonna score our new one. No idea what that is. What is a 3 times 3/4? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 2, 1/4, guys. Yeah, it's a 2, 1/4. But I'm not at a 2, 1/4. I'm not. But I am gonna score at 2, 1/4, and then I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's a 3 1/2. All right. But I'm gonna write it down for you guys. Then we again do a 1/2 inch, so that is at 4, and then we can cut this down at 3/4. Okay, so I am gonna write it down for you guys. So I have a piece of paper that's 4 3/4. Okay, put the lid off. Might be easier. Okay, we're gonna cut a piece of paper 4 3/4 by 8 inch. Then we're gonna score 3/4. The next one is 1 1/4. Then the next one is 3 1/2. And then the next one is 4, and then the rest it is done. Alright. Okay, grab your next one. You're gonna start exactly the same. So that's a 3/4 and a 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a 1 1/4. And now I'm gonna explain. Now we are at this page, so now we only have to have the distance a 3/4, and then we're gonna start with this page. So it's only a 3/4 away, so that's a 3/4. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at that. So I'm just gonna do that, and I will tell you what. Oh, it's a 2 inch. And then we're gonna go again a 2 1/2, and the rest we're gonna cut off at 3/4. All right, and then I can give you all the measurements. Same thing. All right, we're gonna cut down, cut a piece of paper. That is 3 1/4 by 8 inch. and then we score 3/4, 1 1/4, 2 and 2 1/2, and then the rest, everything is done. So I'm going to show you my two pieces and my little note. Alright, so we're going to do the stack the deck binding system. So we're going to cut a piece of paper 4 3/4 by 8 inch, and then we score 3/4, 1 1/4, 3 1/2 and 4. And then the next one is cut a piece of paper 3 1/4 by 8, and then we score 3/4, 1 1/4, 2 and 2 1/2. Alright, and then you have these distance. Yes, okay. That was not that difficult, was it? Nah, it wasn't. So now it's just a matter of folding, burnish it down, folding, there we go. Now at this point you can decide if you want to make these hinges a little bit stronger. I noticed that this paper is not the best quality, but I just love the color, I love how it looks, so I decided to use it. So I can use, if I like and if you like, I can use tyvek. I do have still some left over pieces. So, and I am, because I don't trust this paper. So what is then the best way to use that? So I am gonna overlap this 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna reinforce this fold line and this fold line with just one piece of tyvek. So that is what I'm going to do. Also on the other side, I also can cut it down fully, but now I have these strips, but I also can just cut down this fully, let's say halfway till here, and then fully. So I am just gonna cut this down when I am put this on. So tyvek, how to get tyvek? You can buy tyvek envelopes if you like. I think that's the cheapest way. I don't know if there is another way, but I am just gonna put this on so I reinforce my paper so it does not tear down. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. So I have no idea if that's the same what you like to use. Can I not just cut this down right away? Then I know for sure where I need to be with my glue. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down here and as well here as well. This time I definitely gonna use these two strips. I don't need a full piece. Alright, so I'll be back. Okay, then we are gonna put, I'm gonna put my tyvek below, and then we are just going to put this in the middle. So it's a 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. So I am gonna make a mark, 3/4, 3/4. Gonna do the same thing here, so I can attach this piece in the middle. That's the meaning. Yes. Alright, put tape on or whatever you like to use. Stay a little away from the fold line. because you still need to fold nice, of course. Peel this off. Alright, I'm gonna fold down one piece, and then I'm just gonna follow my leads, my marks. I'm gonna start at the bottom and then I go up, following the marks. And burnish it down, 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 down. Yes, nice. Okay, now we can add tape on our 3/4 pieces of paper. So if you do that, then stay away 3 mm away from the fold line. Please do that. Your page is not going to be that close to the fold line. Otherwise it does not move that nicely. So stay away I just like the 3 mm. So I just can recommend 3 mm away from the first fold line. Front and back, putting tape on. 3 mm away. Front and back. Here we go. Oh, that's a little bit too far. There we go. I have to pee already in a half hour, but I won't get up, because if I am getting up, then the dogs also are awake and want to go out. I definitely want to finish this. It's almost time to cook my dinner, so I want to finish this. Alright, so that is done. Then I am gonna cut. This is the first fold line, so you don't cut that 1/2 inch. No, only the 3/4 from fold line till, what is it, 2 or 3 mm. A nice little triangle, just a little tiny bit. So from fold line till 2 to 3 mm, nothing more, just a 2 or 3 mm little triangle is enough. Okay, also on here it is enough, guys. It makes it easier to put your page over it, so that's why I do it. Just a tiny little bit. There we go. Yes, okay, now next step, what I like to do, it's not necessary, but what I like to do now is put paper on the 1/2 inches, and then when that is done, also on the 3/4. So I am gonna decorate everything besides the 4 pieces where we just added our tape on, and the rest you can decorate. It's not necessary, but I'm gonna do that. So let's check out which paper I'm gonna use. Okay, so I choose for the beige one, and that's actually this one that I choose with the big crown, and then the yellow one in the middle. So it's, yep, cool. Alright, so we're gonna put that in our album, and let's decide where it needs to go. Okay, I think that this is pretty much the middle. Front, back, left, right. So I am gonna make a mark. So there I just need to see the marks. Then I'm good. Good to go. Alright, peel this off. Do I also need extra glue? Yeah. I like both a little bit more secure. Especially on the edges. Here we go. Alright, I have my 2 marks. Still need to see my marks. Check, check, check. I think it's pretty straight. Yep, it is. Alright, burnish it down. And let that dry for a moment, just as you certain know that it is dry. Alright, so that's our binding. Now at this point you can make a decision if you want to have extra enforcement to let this binding stay, because we did not put anything on the back just yet, on the spine. So I am going to search some boards, and let's see, I have very little ones, but I also have larger ones, and I remind something. Well, maybe the little ones also go through, I don't know. Let's see what I have. Thought I also had some bigger ones, just, well, these are big, but those are for the frame. Oh, these are only little. Is it a difference with this one? Yeah, a bit. It's a bit. These are just a little tiny bit longer. So I think I will go for these. So yeah, you have different ones. These are also small. Alright, okay. These ones are just a little tiny, a little bit longer. Okay, so put these back in. Oh, the glue is itchy on my skin. Alright, so I am only gonna put down one inside. There we go. One is more than enough to keep everything on its place. So hold the back, open it up, and make it flat. You also can use a hammer to do that. Here we go. But a bone folder also does the job. Alright, so that is done. So we're gonna let that dry for a second, and now I am going to the burlap. So I'm just gonna put this flat, turn this over, and I'm gonna peel off all this tape, and I'm gonna put that down on here with tape, and I think I am gonna use some fabric tack or this one. Or the art glitter glue, because it's paper on paper, so maybe the art glitter glue is a better choice. Okay, so let's do that. So I have my burlap on, and I'm just gonna burnish this down really well. I use my art glitter glue after I peel off all my tape. I'm just gonna burnish this down really well, and then I'm gonna let that dry. It's time to cook my dinner, and soon as, well, I'm not sure if I am gonna come back tonight, but the next time, whenever that is, I'm going to fold this album. So not now. Let it dry, guys. Let it dry. Let it dry. Let it dry. Alright, so we have our binding. Yeah, I have already have my dentures in. My lower ones, it's so loose. So the glue is not helping, because it's, my mom visited me and I already noticed that it's getting loose. Maybe I did not put enough in, but I was just trying it out with just a little, and it worked for 1.5 hours, and then it get loose. But then you have to clean it up. Oh my gosh, that is also not. So maybe I am gonna try out a different brand, but I must say I was very happy that it was getting sticky. So it's that my lower denture was keeping in my mouth. So that certain, absolutely make certain that I could speak so much better. So yeah, need to find a way to keep it there, but I'm getting there. I am getting there. Alright, so I'm gonna let it dry. Time for me to cook dinner, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.